Hello and welcome to the Mistweaver High Antoran High Command Guide. Sorry. For this fight, it's not much different from other healers, but for this fight, I'm going into the pod as the first person in preparation for Mythic. The reason for this is not a lot of stuff that goes on during the first part of the heroic encounter. There's not a lot to heal, so my job is just to keep the stacks on top of the boss and to use my AoE on the ads. You want to use them when they're pretty much stationary because there's a large delay between when you start in casting it and when it actually hits the ads. So here I'm gonna try to wait the last 10 seconds to see if my healers can come up so I can use the AoE on the next ads before jumping out. As you can see, there's a lot of damage coming out here, and I'm just gonna pop it there and then jump out of the pot. And then the next guy jumps in, and I just start healing everyone up, and we need to move away from these ads. Keep in mind, even though I wanted to reduce the cooldown on the ads, that it doesn't really matter a lot, because the cooldown on the pods, at least for the mythic part, is shared between the ones going into the pod. So you're not really going to get a lot out of it, because when I jump out and he jumps in, the ability will be on cooldown. So here we're taking a lot of mind damage, which I don't really like. But that's okay, we're just gonna keep the group alive with some a bit of Vivify spam, and then remember to keep our enveloping mist on the guy who's in the pod, so that he receives some healing as well. And soon we should be moving over to the next pod, which we are, and we're just gonna keep the group alive. We're taking a lot of damage from these pods, but I wanna not use my revival here, because I wanna save it for one of these cooldowns. So we're just gonna stay near the orb, but we're going the other way because we don't want to run into the tank. Just need to make sure that we do not get cleaved by the ads. We just continue to use Vivify and Renewing Mist or Rushing Jade Wind to keep everyone alive. And then we're keeping an eye on the guy who's inside the pod. For mobility on this fight, I would not recommend using Transcendence. I actually put one up over here behind me to jump quickly to the next pod. But I'll be very careful about using it because you might accidentally just put yourself into mine, which is not very good. So everyone healed up quickly there, so I avoided using my Chi Burst, even though I really wanted to use it, so I'm going to use it on the next one that's coming in like 13 seconds. So what I'm thinking here is I just need to keep my hots up, and then I'm going to keep the hot on the guy who is in the pot because he's getting a lot of stacks. Just need to make sure that we're actually inside the shield this time. And then we just wait here, pop refreshing Jade Wind. And we were not using one there, which I didn't kind of like. We're just using our Thunder Tea to make everyone stay alive. And then refreshing Jade Wind. Gonna pop my Mana Tea here so I can do an Essence Font. And then I'm gonna use the Transcendence I set up earlier. But I actually checked to see if there was a mine there before. There shouldn't be, but there's always the case. So here I want to drink a lot. But I just want this shield in first, and then I'm going to use my Chi Burst. I'm going to position myself so I can heal a lot of the group while avoiding the mine. I'm just going to heal everyone up for refreshing Jade Wind, and then start actually drinking some mana. And then keeping an eye on the group to see if I need to stop drinking and then actually healing. But here it's a lot of controlled damage because it's a lot of bursts unless your group actually steps on a lot of mines, which we might do here. I can see that's very... So I'm gonna pop Thunder Focus Tea and then keep the group alive. Pop my Racial, pop Essence Fund because I'm expecting all damage. I'm just gonna pop Revival to save the two people who are low, just in case they were going to dip super low. And then in 13 seconds I have my Artifact ability ready and my Chi Burst ready to heal the group up. And if they drop really low, we can use our Valence as well. I'm gonna use it here because it looks like we're not getting a shield for some reason. And I'm just gonna pop Essence Fund as well because we're getting a lot of stacks. I'm using my defensive here. And then we didn't get the shield in time, so I'm just gonna keep the tanks alive. I'm gonna pop the cooldown on the Death Knight tank. Just keep people alive. Pop the big heal on the hunter, then I interrupted it because I don't really need it that much anymore. Maybe I should jump in the pot, I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna stay out and actually heal heal the tanks because I think we're just gonna nuke down the boss. And then I'm very so I'm gonna pop my mana tea here, and then we have a lot of mines, which again I really do not like. So I'm gonna try to keep everyone alive with Thunder Focus tea, and see if I can heal this, keep this priest alive. Should actually have popped my cooldown there since I had. Just gonna put a hot on this guy, and then we're gonna do some DPS on the boss to bring him down quicker. Because we don't really care about the ads, except we need to move from them in case they charge us. And then we're gonna pop our healing on this guy, and then pop our balance. Continue to DPS the boss because we don't really care about the ads. Just gonna keep DPSing the boss to bring it down before we step on too many mines and die. And then we have 20 seconds to kill the boss, which is alright. Our Pantheon trinket procs, or our legendary actually. So we're just gonna keep all the DPS. Make sure that this guy does not get any casts off. Someone interrupted him, which is good. So we're just gonna keep DPSing the boss because there's not a lot of damage going out. And then we're gonna switch, and then it's very important we do not run into many mines, which it looks like we're doing. And there's a clear path here. I'm just gonna use Refreshing Jade Wind to keep the group alive. Continue to do some DPS. Should actually just be using Cracking Jade Lightning to save mana. I'm using Mana Tea here just to keep my mana high in case we need it. Using Chi Burst to spot heal the group. And we're just gonna DPS the boss down. That's a bit hectic, but that's it.